The animation industry is capable of a lot, and I mean a lot of things. So much more than what most give it credit for. Some say it can only do comedy, while others say it's just for kids. But that's simply not the case. It could make us feel all sorts of feelings: fear, despair, or even melancholy. I'm someone who's not only invested with the animation industry, but also the Gothic subculture for about 7 years now. So I think it would be appropriate to count down a few animated series those in the subculture might enjoy. Now, I know this may seem very BuzzFeed-like, so allow me to explain. I'm not saying you'll automatically love all, if any, of these cartoons just because they're dark or had some inspiration from the Gothic subculture. I'm saying these series are similar to the subculture, and that you should at least give some a try. With that being said, welcome to Hotel Room 103, and let's begin with the top 5 cartoons Goths can enjoy in no particular order. We all know the Addams Family, the TV series and movie based on a line of magazine and newspaper one-panel cartoons about a family with a grim fascination. However, what you may not know is that there was a cartoon series produced by Hanna-Barbera. Released in 1992, the Addams Family cartoon follows the same premise as the live-action TV show, but with the cartoony advantages of being animated, such as with the character Fester, who loves to blow himself up every now and again. However, since this show was aimed towards a younger audience, the dark fascinations were toned down in favor for more humor.
Stop slobbering in there. Thank you.
Another jarring difference was that this series had different villains for multiple episodes. Each would either try to drive the family out of their home or kidnap one of them for a dark reason. The series only lasted 2 seasons and was cancelled in 1993.
Oh, Blood Puke! Good song title. Someone write that? Oh, that's right. We already wrote that. Good song, though. Should go back into set list.
I think I need another liver transplant.
Okay, so the series may not be as gothic as it is metal, but I just had to include it. Metalocalypse is a comedy series created by Adult Swim, about a fictional metal band appropriately named Death Clock. The members include William Murderface, Squigscar Squilgef, Togi Wartooth, Pickles, and Nathan Explosion. You'd think that because they're metal means they'd be brooding all the time, but in actuality, they're just a bunch of morons. The series went on for 4 seasons that aired between the years of 2006 and 2013, ending with a 1-hour special called Metalocalypse: The Doomstar Requiem. Unlike most other cartoons on this list, this particular series has more of an emphasis of gore, blood, and violence. But really, who can complain about that? Since we are talking about animation as a whole, we need to include at least one anime entry. Originally a manga series, written and illustrated by Yana Toboso, first released in 2006, Black Butler is a series about a young boy named Seal Phantom Hive, the head of his family line, the Phantom Hive family. He's smart, cunning, and very mature for his age, but despite this, he can't lead his family line alone. He has the help of Sebastian Michaelis. To most people, he's just a normal, responsible butler, but to those who wish to cause pain to Seal or anyone around him, they'll see Sebastian's real purpose. You see, Sebastian's actually a demon who Seal signed a contract with to get revenge on those who killed his parents. The manga eventually got a 3-season anime series done by Studio A1, the same studio as Sword Art Online and Fairy Tail, along with a handful of movies called Book of Murder and Book of the Atlantic. The series clearly knows what it's doing. And how couldn't it? After all, it features one hell of a butler.
Your body is burnt by raging flames.
No, this is not a full series, but an animated pilot. So why am I including this? Because I and many others would love to see this as an actual series on something like Cartoon Network. Deep in the Forgotten Woods, a decaying estate stands as a dark monument to the fallen family empire. Serving in this decrepit building is Josette Grey, a maid who came to Blackboard Manor in desperation but stays in fear. Unlike most American-made cartoons, this series takes a much calmer and quieter tone than you typically see on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. This specific pilot, which is featured on Channel Frederator's Cartoon Hangover channel, has Josette desiring to see the head of Blackboard Manor, Sir Montague. However, whenever the subject is brought up to his other servants, Mr. Boggs and Miss Cook, they start acting a bit strange.
It's nice to clean the linens at least once a month, sir, and also, it's good to get rid of bloodstains as soon as possible. Yes, sir, I went into the master's room and I saw the stain on the nightgown, and I don't know anything, sir. Nothing at all. I'm just doing my job, sir.
This gets Josette to investigate, only to find a dark secret in Blackboard Manor. I would say this short is the only part of this section, but there's another. That's right. Number 4 is somewhat of a tie between not one, but 2 Cartoon Hangover shorts. The second is The Summoning. While this short still has some dark tones as Blackboard Manor does, it also seems to have a certain level of quirkiness to it. Something very similar to Cartoon Network's Adventure Time.
Claire, help me! She's coming to get me!
Edgar, get off the door! It's mahogany!
But I'm hiding.
The short stars Claire. I'm assuming to be a cat girl witch, maybe. Go ahead and tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, I sincerely apologize. Anyway, Claire's trying to create a spell to summon a demon to get rid of the scum in her life. To do this, she needs an extra batch of troll fat. Claire and her friend Edgar travel to get some. I initially thought Claire was voiced by Olivia Olson, the voice actor for Vanessa of Phineas and Ferb and Marceline of Adventure Time. But it turns out this is not the case, as she is actually voiced by the short's creator, Elise Castro. But hey, you could have fooled me with that performance. I recommend not only checking out both Blackboard Manor and The Summoning, but also the other shorts and series that Cartoon Hangover has. Trust me, it's worth it. Now for quite possibly the most famous show of the bunch, Cartoon Network's The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, created by Maxwell Addams, starring 2 young children of the same names, Billy, a fumbling idiot, and Mandy, a mean-spirited young girl, who win a limbo contest against a Grim Reaper, and now he has to be their best friend forever. Now why is this on the list and not something like Invader Zim or Courage the Cowardly Dog? Well, simply because Maxwell Addams has fully admitted that both the subculture and gothic clubs had some inspiration for the series. You can especially see this in the episode Grim in Love, where a goth girl by the name of Malaria ends up dating Grim as he falls head over heels for her. However, things get sour when Malaria realizes that he actually is the Grim Reaper. The series also has many horror references hidden inside. One of the better, darker cartoons out there, even if many believe that it could have gone further. Have any other ideas? We plan to make a part 2. If you have any, then be sure to put them down in the comments. And thank you for spending the night at Hotel Room 103.
To be continued.
Ooh, I hope I live.